the American people in their neighborhoods, in their cities, are not stuck on stupid. The murder rate is escalating. Crime is spreading. Cities are not becoming fields or dreams, but they're becoming killing fields. And one of the things that I know as a former mayor is that capital is a coward, and it seeks the path of least resistance and greatest opportunity. And killing fields are not fields of opportunity. And so capital is fleeing, net taxpayers are fleeing. When I say net taxpayers, I'm talking about people who pay more in taxes that they demand in service. And you know what's happening? And I want to say this to Black Lives Matter and Antifa. The folks who are suffering from violence and crime in our cities are lower income, predominantly minority residents. This is crazy. It must stop. And I think voters are going to hold these idiots accountable.
Can we just put they're not here to answer this, so let's just put their side of the argument if we can. Do you give any credence at all to the idea that a major American city has to be used as a laboratory for an experiment that sees policing reduced in its approach and supplanted by a kind of social work where you treat things like mental health rather than, rugby tackle people to the ground and all the rest of it?
This is what I know. There are cities all across America that are engaged in utilizing best practices. There are bad apples. There are folks who, in fact, use force illegally, and they must be held accountable, and they must be tracked to make sure that they don't move from department to department, city to city, state to state. That is happening. It was happening under the Trump administration. And look, in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the person who killed George was found guilty. The criminal justice system worked. That officer is being held accountable, will probably spend the rest of his life in jail. Over, out. We cannot allow these folks who want to cripple our system of justice to be in control. And we are always looking for ways to improve the delivery of safety services. And that's what police departments have been part of throughout my lifetime, safety forces.
How much, do I wonder, Ken, do you think that this corrosive feeling that the police are not there to help us, they're there to hinder us, is something which is in danger of going way beyond the borders of America? We saw how Black Lives Matter, which felt like an American answer to an American question, was exported all over the world, and particularly to here in the UK. And I just wonder, well, we know there are activists here in the UK who want to pursue a defund the police agenda.
Yeah, essentially what happens is that most of the officials who are talking about defunding to police have their own private police or their police details assigned on taxpayer dollars. Look, here is what safety forces have to do. They have to make sure that our communities are safe places for families to raise children and for people to have jobs and to prosper. This is something that I know has been in the interest of responsible mayors, city council members, township trustees for the ages. You would have to, again, be stuck on stupid to want to create a killing field and think that your community is going to prosper and be places where businesses and people and families want to reside.